Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Kola Edokpayi, the human rights activist for Benin, condemned the buying of Mr. Stephen Imaghodo. Mr. Stephen Imaghodo go Iyanomoh, go check land. On their way coming back, now their kidnappers kidnap them. Come by Mr. Stephen and another person join. It can be two people wey kidnappers take their life for Iyanomoh. Make I leave you, make you hear from Kola Edokpayi, the human rights activist.
Few days ago, according to the information at our disposal, Mr. Stephen Imaghodo and some persons alongside, about five of them, went to inspect the plot of land that he wanted to buy at the Iyanomoh community. And the place, according to the narrative, is not far from the town. And on their way coming, they were ambushed by masked men suspected to be kidnappers. Alongside Mr. Stephen Imaghodo was shot dead. The bush inspector was also shot dead, and others escaped the locust Ikpoba. That is to say, the scene of crime. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my compatriots, fellow citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my brethren, depending on the geographical location you are watching me from, my nomenclature, my cognomen, Kola Edokpayi, the spiritual leader of the Talakawas, the Raptors and the Baptists, the Hillbillies and the Hobos. I want to use this medium to condemn Imaghodo, Imibido and the Kabudo, the gruesome, the horrific, the monstrous and outrageous murder of Mr. Stephen Imaghodo at Iyanomoh community in Ikpoba Okha local government area. For those that know Mr. Stephen Imaghodo very well, can attest to his very good character, his positive mannerism, his philosophy of life, his love for mankind, his kind gestures, his humanitarian philosophy. It is very sad and sardonic that some unscrupulous elements, some Lucifers, will just claim the life of a very good man like this. May the soul of Mr. Stephen Imaghodo and the bush inspector of Iyanomoh community that was also killed, may their souls continue to rest in peace. I don't know why a human being created in the image and likeness of God will just pick up gun, pick up weapon to kill his fellow human being created in the image and likeness of God. Putting into perspective that this life is short, that this life is transient, that this life is ephemeral. What will be your profit if you untimely claim the life of a fellow man? The law of karma is real. The Bible says, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. For whosoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. The law of karma, like I said, is real. Anything you sow, you definitely reap. And evil done to man by man will be redressed. If not now, certainly later. If not by man, then by God. For the victory of evil over good can only be transient and ephemeral. The statement is credited to late Delegiwa. Mr. Stephen Imaghodo, a gentleman that is doing his plumbing business effectively at Iyanomoh community, had so many properties in Iyanomoh community. He contributed to the development of Iyanomoh community. He had invited his friends, family members to purchase plot of land at Iyanomoh community in Ikpoba Okha local government area for residential and business purpose. Few days ago, according to the information at our disposal, Mr. Stephen Imaghodo and some persons alongside, about five of them, went to inspect the plot of land that he wanted to buy at the Iyanomoh community. And the place, according to the narrative, is not far from the town. That on their way coming, they were ambushed by masked men suspected to be kidnappers. Alongside Mr. Stephen Imaghodo was shot dead. The bush inspector was also shot dead, and others escaped the locust equal. That is to say, the scene of crime. It was one of those that escaped that was giving the narrative of what transpired in the bush. We understand the modus operandi and the modus vivendi of kidnappers. Kidnappers kidnap and take their victims elsewhere and start to put scores to the family members of the victim, demanding ransom before the victim can be released from captivity, from the dens of kidnappers. The case of Stephen Imaghodo, for me, for those that are wisdom minds, for those that have wisdom, do not need to consult the oracle of the He and the cave, or to consult the gods of Iyanomoh to tell us that this is a locus classicus of murder. We were told that Mr. Stephen Imaghodo had so many landed properties in the community. There are some things I would not want to say now based on the information that I have gotten from family members, friends, for security reasons. It is very sad that we are living in this kind of animalistic society. We are living in your basic state of nature, where the life of man is short, nasty, brutish, and primitive. Like I said before, there is no gain in claiming the life of your own fellow man, created in the image and likeness of God. Section 33 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria provides all citizens with the right to life. That nobody has that right to claim the life of another person. It is only the court of competent jurisdiction that can say, a man passed through a trial process. The court that can pronounce death sentence and even death sentence in the 21st century is no longer fashionable. Groups are speaking to censor against death penalty. Why will a man just claim the life of a perfect gentleman? Just like that, Mr. Steve Imaghodo, a perfect gentleman that always focus on his business, that always make those around him to be ecstatic and exhilarated, make those around him to be happy. In Iyanomoh community, the community fact, communities are in Sapler Road. Communities there are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. The governor of Edo State, Senator Murd Okpebholo, should act proactively. I must commend our brother, Mr. Noah Iyanomoh, for the good work he is doing to stem the tide of kidnapping and courtesan in Edo State. Please, this is the psychological moment for your team, your task force, to visit that community. Not only that, Iyanomoh community, there are some communities there by 18 and some other communities there. The Okageles, I don't know what they are doing. The Okagele of Oba community, the Okagele of Iyanomoh community, and the Okageles of other communities there. It is not just to sell land. Your responsibility is also to ensure that your environment are conducive for doing business and also for residential purpose. The death of Mr. Stephen Imaghodo can never be swept under the carpet. Human rights activists, both home and diaspora, are interested in this matter to ensure that Mr. Stephen Imaghodo gets justice. Imaghodo gets justice. The killings is getting too much. We can no longer sleep with two of our eyes closed. This is a very, very, very terrible situation, as if we are living in a perilous time. The Commissioner of Police, the Director of DSS, the Brigade Commander of 4th Mechanized Brigade should temporarily relocate their headquarters to Iyanomoh community and other communities that are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Information we do hear from Sapler Road as this bypass, the information with respect to land transaction is not palatable. According to the Land Use Act of 1978, all lands in the state belong to the governor. And the governor is to, in fact, hold the land in trust for the people. How can the communities be selling land, be engaging in the contract of sales of land without carrying the governor along? If the governor is carried along in the contract of sales of land, this kind of thing will not happen. Okagele will not sell land and invest the money in the purchase of arms and ammunition for fear of being overthrown by dissenting voices. This is the psychological moment for the governor of Edo State and security agencies to wake up to their responsibilities. It is Steve Imaghodo today, can be anybody tomorrow. All hands must be on deck to ensure that the perpetrators of this heinous crime of murder are brought to justice, are brought to book, to serve as deterrent to others that wants to follow suit. There is law in Edo State. There is law in Nigeria. We are not operating rule of might or rule of force. We are operating the rule of law. The needful needs to be done. I'm very, very optimistic that the police will definitely do the needful. This matter should not be swept under the carpet. Like I said before, the human rights organizations, both home and diaspora, are interested in this matter to see the end of this matter. Edo State belongs to all of us. Edo State must be safe for all and sundry. Edo State must be safe so that investors can peregrinate to the state to invest. If the state is not safe, how can investors come and invest their hard-earned money in the state that is bedeviled with mindless killings, with kidnapping, with insecurity? Those that are charged with responsibility of securing the state, in line with Section 14 of the 1999 Constitution, should wake up to their responsibilities. We cannot disturb God always. We cannot continue to be disturbing God, asking God to do for us what we can do for ourselves. They travel outside jurisdiction, the government travel outside jurisdictions. They are not oblivious of things that are obtainable there. With respect to the matter, to matters of security, we need security in Edo State. We need safety in Edo State. We cannot continue to be living in fear. Enough is enough. Thank you, and God bless you.
Now we don't hear from Kola Edokpayi. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video. Make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.